A simple, tasty dessert that the whole family will absolutely love. I've got you covered. We're making my tiramisu. So this tiramisu recipe is really a cheats easy version of the classic dish because I'm using ladyfinger biscuits. Normally, we would use a sponge cake that had been soaked in some espresso, or very similar to what we do with the ladyfingers later in this recipe. But if you wanted to make a sponge cake, I do have that recipe, link is in the description as well, and all you have to do is just layer it up exactly the same. Now the first thing you want to do is get your coffee ready. I'm simply using an espresso coffee, it's what I drink at home, but flavor-wise, just a simple espresso coffee, good coffee, will be great for this dish. If you have to use the instant ground coffee, go for it if that's all you've got. And then all you have to do with that coffee mixture is just let it cool. And what I do is I just pop it in the fridge for an hour to cool off because we're going to be soaking our ladyfinger biscuits in it later. So in a large bowl, whisk the egg yolks with the sugar until pale and doubled in volume for about 3 to 5 minutes, or until you reach the ribbon stage, which is just a stage where you get a spatula and fold it over itself and a nice stream comes down. Now this is optional as well, I'm not doing this, but if you wanted to add a liqueur to this as well, whether it be rum or something like that, then this would be the stage where you just quickly whisk that in as well. Add the mascarpone in 2 or 3 additions, whisking well to combine. Next, in a stand mixer or a clean bowl, I'm whipping the egg whites and sugar until it forms soft peaks. Now just a little tip with the eggs, because I know people can get a bit freaked out by raw egg whites and raw egg yolks. Use fresh, free-range eggs. Go to the store, buy them, come home and use them. Don't let them sitting around for a few weeks at a time. Use fresh eggs for this recipe. Not only is it going to taste better, but it's also the safest option so no one gets sick. Now fold the egg whites into the mascarpone mixture in 2 or 3 additions. If you just put everything in the bowl, you're going to lose that nice, beautiful airiness that we've got and we've whipped into those egg whites. In a roughly 6 by 9 inch casserole dish, spread about 1/3 of the mascarpone cream into an even layer, and then soak each individual cookie in the coffee and arrange them fairly tightly on top until the cream is completely covered. And then just spoon the remaining cream over the cookies and spread it into an even layer. So we're building layers, mascarpone, ladyfingers, mascarpone, ladyfingers. And what I do on the final layer, purely for presentation, you don't have to do this, I put the remaining mascarpone cream into a piping bag and I just pipe, almost meringue style, on the top. And this just gives it a nice finish to the dish, like I said, but you can just smooth it over if you wanted to. It's not gonna make a difference, it's just purely for looks. So now place it in the fridge for at least an hour or up to 2 days to set the cream. And just before serving, dust the top with some cocoa powder. All the flavors are there, the coffee, the chocolate, the mascarpone, the sweetness from the ladyfingers, and the textures as well. The lightness, the airiness of that mascarpone cream with the ladyfinger biscuits are just amazing. It's such a classic dessert. Like I said at the outset, this is a recipe, almost like a cheats version, but if you wanted to go down the path of using the sponge cake instead of the ladyfingers, then go for it. It's exactly the same process, except you're just layering it up with sponge cake. If you're after the recipe, check out the description below. All the links are there. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family. I hope you're all having an amazing day, and I'll see you real soon for another recipe.